Size 10.
What? What is it? Say what it is.
It reminds me if Wes Anderson ran a podcast. Like, don't forget my big digital timer.
Like,
yeah, don't forget my big numbers. That, I don't know.
Yeah, well, I think it's important because sometimes we're just like, God, how long have we gone? And then it's nice to be able to just glance up.
Yeah, it's kind of nice to know that we've kind of filled the time, or if we're going way long or something like that. Sometimes we get distracted.
Totally.
A conversation is too compelling on this podcast.
Right.
We just lose track of time.
I thought it was going to be
much
bigger.
like our listeners. They just can't get enough.
I accidentally drove to San Diego from listening to this on
put
my
on
way
size
here.
10 and you just got there and you're like, I gotta buy some shoes.
I gotta go.
Mm-hmm.
I thought the timer was honestly going to be bigger when I ordered it, and I was actually disappointed in the size. It was a little bit of a letdown because it was an internet purchase, and I was like, oh, it's only... Yeah, that's fine. It'll do.
You're not going to read the item description on a timer, really.
No, I mean, you do, but you don't know what that looks like. I was like, oh, it's like the size of an iPhone, maybe. No.
It's working.
It is. It is.
I can see it. It's nice and bright.
Mm-hmm.
Well, this is a Size 10 podcast. Welcome, everybody. Thank you for listening. I'm Bjorn RG. You can follow me on Instagram at SkateCub.
I'm Nick Scalzone. You can find me at Nick Scalzone Comedy on Instagram. And we have a guest.
We have a producer, too.
We do have a producer. We
can't forget about him.
I might chime in every now and then. I'm off camera. I don't want to freak anybody out when somebody's talking, but no lips are moving.
Forget about Paul.
It's Paul. And
it's our producer. Don't forget about Paul. That's his whole title.
Yeah, you can find me at Don't Forget About Paul. On
Forgot about Paul.
Forgot about Paul.
All right, now you can.
Now we do have a wonderful guest. He's a hilarious comedian. We've actually talked about his comedy on this podcast a number of times.
Oh,
the great James Hartenfeld is in the building.
Thanks. Oh, it's great to be here. Thank you both, and thank you, Paul. Thank you all. Thank you, Paul.
Thank you. I like the acknowledgement.
It's great to be here. Yeah. Oh my gosh, that means a lot.
So we're trying a new thing where we ask the same questions to people.
Oh, good. That's consistent.
And I was trying to think of a good first question to always ask.
Mm-hmm.
And what I came with when I came with up was
what'd you
came up with?
What'd you with up there?
With up. Who the fuck are you?
You ask everyone that?
That's a really aggressive way to ask that, Bjorn.
So, who the fuck are you?
Oh, man. I feel like even if you dress that question up, it's pretty invasive.
It's hard to dress that one up, but it just felt right. I don't know why. It was like the right feel to me. I felt it up, and it felt right.
I'm James Hartenfeld, and I live in the Pacific Northwest.
And you do hilarious stand-up comedy.
I love doing comedy. I love doing that probably just about more than anything, probably.
Yeah?
Yeah, doing that.
When did you get into it?
I think when I was a kid, I think it was kind of like a secret, and then when it was in high school, it was kind of like telling your friends I'm gonna go out in the world and try and do this.
I love the idea of secret comedy, in high school or in middle school. Were you just doing prior bits to your stuffed animals on a bed? Because that's what I'm pictured immediately.
Or he's in the bathroom and mom is trying to get in there and he's like, leave me alone, mom. It's bathroom time.
I remember my mom playing piano during the holidays for everyone singing, and then I would come out and try to do something, and I'd ruin the show, and it was a lot of that.
No.
You take your lumps the hard way.
A lot of bombing. I'm not gonna make the corny joke of and then it continued.
Yeah. I think that's a dumb way to. Then you're probably. I think you get afraid of doing comedy after when you're a kid, maybe.
Yeah.
And then you're probably keeping that a secret. I would like doing plays and stuff, but I didn't want to be a theater kid. That was part of high school too, and that kind of thing. So then in college, it was doing stand up is some people think that's pretty cool, and it felt like oh yeah, you can. I don't know. It felt like there was a path there that you could create yourself. And
so is that when you started doing stand up? Was when you were in college?
In college, I lied to my friends that I had started doing stand-up.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Were you telling people that you were to stand up on airplanes? Like, you know, when there's that like weird time on airplanes when you have a conversation?
I wish.
Were you like, stand-up comedian? Keep asking me questions.
I wish it was that high stakes. I think it was more like when my friends who went to other colleges came back to my hometown and we were like partying and I was still at my hometown.
So it's like
college.
a Romeo and Michelle's reunion kind of situation.
Yeah, it was like kind of like, well, you know, like college isn't really for me right now, but I started doing comedy.
But you hadn't done comedy?
I love that so much.
I was just willing to double down on the lie.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God. And then how long between when you
Yeah, how many years went by between when you lied that you'd started doing comedy
I'm gonna
and
be
when
honest,
that became true?
I did it the opposite way. It was like a few months of doing comedy before I told anyone.
I think that's more normal. Yeah.
Most people do.
Yeah, I was definitely genuinely embarrassed that I wanted to do comedy.
Oh man.
A little bit.
Yeah.
And still sort of like hesitate to be like, well, I mean, I haven't done a lot of comedy in the last 6 months, but like I still am like, I sometimes do comedy. Yeah. You know, I'm like I'm still really hesitant to be like, I'm a comedian, because it's like I got to deliver something.
Yeah, I don't want to say those words. No. Yeah, no, and that's not. I can relate to that. Yeah, it's kind of, that is kind of a secret. That part of it is kind of a secret. But I think I said like it's going pretty well, like in the lie. Like,
it's going pretty well, dude.
And now they're like checking in with you or like watching your stuff, and they're like, man, he really went downhill from when we first talked to him about this.
So, wait, so James, did you go to college like right before social media was a thing?
Yeah, so
because I feel like you couldn't do that now.
No, it's
immediately everyone would go to Instagram and be like, bullshit. Bullshit. You ain't done nothing.
You're getting sussed out.
You haven't checked in.
The only thing you did this year is some girl took you to pick apples and then tagged you in a picture. That's the only fucking thing you've done this year, buddy.
Picture with your grandma. She like it's yeah, it's funny you mentioned that, because social media did like track me. Like Facebook was my freshman year of college, like that going like.
What year was that?
Being like very like public and becoming a little more popular with the public. That would be I graduated in 2008 and then would start college that summer in my hometown again, at Humboldt State.
Okay.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And so like there wasn't that, but Savage Henry had just started their first ever weekly open mic. Now they have a club and stuff like that.
Oh, really?
They started, they had one open mic, and I was so afraid to do it. But I really wanted to. So it would be like, basically, this is such a long answer to that question. But
I love it.
It would be 2 years before I would move to Portland and then finally feel like, oh, I don't know anyone here, and I can like, figure that out.
So you started in Portland?
Started in Portland in the summer of 13.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
What was your first open mic?
My first open mic was Bar of the Gods.
How did it go?
It was I met Noriko out there, and there was one couple in the front row that had came to watch comedy. It was really hot, and I was just kind of frantic. Everything was new, and I was afraid, and like I had just moved here to like live with my mom and my stepdad for a little while, and like I think my mom dropped me off, and I know she did. I know my mom dropped me off.
Did you kiss her on the lips?
It was like, break a leg, honey, like kind of an energy, and I had like a thick mustache, and I made an Anne Frank joke.
Nice.
And I did this too with my knees and my hands. Like I know why I did that.
Why?
Because I did a joke about hiding your boner in a Zumba class and dancing.
That's solid.
Yeah, that's some highbrow humor for Portland.
Hit him with the got him off.
For some reason, I just pictured you then hammer timing off the stage afterwards. like doing the like
such a small patio. Yeah.
Oh, that's so funny because when you first when people first start, sometimes I feel like people just try to like really go for it on stuff. Either like they go like not very far or they go way too far. It's like plan way too many things and it's like, I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, no, you fucking don't. You haven't done stand-up yet.
Right. It's such and
did you say that? I know what you're thinking, but I feel like everyone does that. Compares it to sex. Did you compare this first time on stage to the first time sex time?
I think I had a really strong desire to act like I knew what I was doing.
Okay.
Or like I could be cool or something like that. I really wanted
So it was exactly like your first time having
sex. Oh, yeah, I guess actually. No,
I made the joke.
Yeah. That's fair. I don't think I ever... There was never a mic where I said like, "This is like my first time, everyone."
Yeah,
like, I wish I got. I should. Really? I wish I got.
You get a little bit like people like pay attention just a little bit more. I feel like.
Yeah.
Dude, when I moved to Vegas, I was like 5 years into stand up, and the host was like, "Oh, I haven't seen you here before." If she asked, "Had I done stand up?" I thought she said, "Have you been here before?" And she said, "Have you done stand up before?" And I said no, and then I went up there, and like afterwards, she introduced me as, "Oh, this guy's trying stand up for the first time at like a show with a lot of people."
That's awesome.
And it was like an open. It was
That's a dream.
So in Vegas, it was one of my favorite mics. It was it was all like off strip, washed up singers, like lounge singers, that were amazing, and they would just like do Frank Sinatra. And it was in a wedding venue in one of the the chapel part of Vegas, and it was just like all these amazing singers that were like pretty washed up at that point. It was a variety show, so you could do whatever you wanted. It was kind of a gong show. They had a gong. If you sucked really bad, they'd go up there and hit that.
Yeah,
but you had to be pretty bad.
So they didn't hit the gong for you.
I never got
She
gonged.
Thought you were a comedy prodigy. She was just like, oh my goodness.
Afterwards, she was like, oh my God, and you did crowd work? And like, oh my, like you really need to stick with this. And I was like, actually, it's not my first time. It's my first time here.
Yeah.
Like, I kind of do know what I'm doing.
Yeah. Totally. Oh my goodness.
That's awesome. No, I was kind of like that too. Like, I don't think I compared it to anything or like, I was very afraid that people would think I was like, I didn't want them to know it was my first time doing stand up. Yeah. Also, like the first time I went to an open mic, it wasn't my first time doing stand up because I took the class.
Sure.
And so like technically my first time was a showcase of everyone's first time.
Yeah.
And so that was kind of.
Yeah, I got scared that summer doing open mics and I took the class.
Yeah.
And
the helium one, like with Falcone?
At the time, Falcone was teaching at Comedy Sports. And then that got me into doing improv too. So like was doing like a few different things. But yeah, in the beginning it was like pretty much all stand up and the class was really helpful. It was really, really helpful.
Was the improv helpful too?
The improv was helpful too, and it was a lot of fun. It made me feel like I could have more fun at open mics.
Yeah,
that's what it really helped with. I think was handling all of that because I was in my head about just open mics for the longest time, and it's like it's just one open mic. Just
what do you mean by you were in your head?
Like thinking like, oh, I'm doing. Well, I think it's kind of a volume problem actually when you're starting out.
Okay,
because you're like, I'm doing one open mic. I've only done one open mic in my life. That's 100% of my open mics.
Right.
Now it's they're just so valuable and precious in that state. But you need either way. You need like more open mics to break thinking like that.
Yeah.
Or you need some sort of creative help to feel like this isn't such a precious 3-minute block you're getting.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, have fun there and play in that. Like whether it takes just doing it a whole bunch or just different way of thinking about it.
It's like it's not like a book report or like we're not getting graded on.
Like you were going into each one like, man, I really got to solve these jokes tonight.
Yeah.
I'm gonna walk into this place
what
and
a
like
sad
two
way
people
to do
who are just trying to eat meatloaf
are
gonna have to look up And that's how we're going to solve this joke about boners.
Yeah.
Oh,
we're going to figure out Zumba boners right now.
Like, where literally the biggest thing that could happen is you get booked on somebody else's shitty bar show.
Right. Where the same two people will still prefer to be eating their meatloaf than listening.
They remember the meatloaf, not you.
They're like, oh, man.
There was a place, remember Lair Hill Bistro? I think it's closed now.
I love that
They
place.
literally served meatloaf. It was really good meatloaf.
It was such a good mic.
It was a fun
weirdly
mic.
was.
My opinion, yeah.
Yeah, there weren't usually that many people there, but it was like it was kind of a good room, but it was fun. There was a lot of books.
Totally.
I feel like everyone hated that mic or that show or whatever.
They really did.
Because here's why. Because that dude showed up into the comedy scene and like 2 weeks later had that showcase.
Oh.
And it was like, everyone was like, what? Like, I mean, honestly, though, what I learned from that happening was I was like, oh, it doesn't matter. You could be 2 weeks in, and if you just have the balls to just go up to a venue and just be like, hey, I want to put a comedy show on in your space, and it's going to make money. And then they can just say yes. Like, there is no gatekeep for that.
Right. Yeah. I don't know if you're thinking about the same spot. Are you?
Yeah. Colin Braun? I'm just going to name him. I don't care.
Oh, okay.
It's fine. No, I'm just saying everybody was mad
because
he was like he was in it 1 week and then he's hosting a showcase. It was dumb. It was dumb that it was just like, whatever, man. Just like, it's just a showcase. Who cares?
I didn't know there was ever drama around that.
I feel like all the people
the
people I've seen who did that just got good fast.
Yeah.
Like Colin got pretty good fast.
Yeah.
And then Robbie Sherman.
Totally.
He was really new to comedy, like right at the end of the pandemic, and he started hosting that show on a roof. Mm-hmm. He got really funny really fast.
It totally is like,
and he's a good shout out to Robbie Sherman. He was one of the people where I was like, this guy got really good really fast.
I just like to try to keep the if somebody's doing something and it's like it doesn't matter who they are. I can learn something from everybody. I try to learn something from everybody, even and not like be like, oh, I've been doing it for this long, so this is the rules or whatever. Like, I'm not gonna listen to him. It's like, no, Robbie. Like, I follow some of the stuff that Robbie does just because I'm like, because he does great promotion and it all can translate. Like I think it's very toxic. Sorry, the scene is like scenes can be very toxic in that sense of like, oh, you have to do it a certain way.
You're fine.
Because when I started comedy in Minneapolis, that's kind of how it felt a lot, where everyone was kind of like playing by all these rules, and I felt like I needed to, so that I didn't rock the boat or whatever. And then I saw all these people out here just doing whatever, and I was like, oh, you can just, okay, cool.
Yeah.
Like, no one's going to hand you anything in comedy. You have to make it happen, I feel like. Yeah. Has that been your experience?
Yeah, I think it is like, and I'm someone who, I am not a producer, I'm not a promoter. Like, those are skill sets that I just don't. I think that if I was doing that, I wouldn't take those wins or losses very well. I don't know. Like,
what do you mean?
Like, I think that if I don't think I could handle like building a show and having it just be all on my shoulders every night and trying to promote this show. Yeah. And a bad night of that show would probably like, I don't think I would handle that really well.
Gotcha.
And that comes from, I tried to start an open mic one time by myself, and thank goodness I work with Clancy, because Clancy is so good at producing and making cool spaces for work and stuff like that. And so in that regard, like I'm really lucky. But one time I tried to start an open mic all on my own, and like a lot of comics who are like working for cool people today showed up, and no one was there. Yeah. Except for me in like an empty room. I'm in an empty church basement.
Okay.
And I'm like, you guys want a beer? People might come. I don't know. I never want to relive that.
Wait, which church basement? Was this at the Ape Theater?
No.
Do you remember that theater?
They asked me to help I painted that theater. They tried to get me to... it
was like that tiny little improv theater in a creepy basement where the cell phones didn't work.
Yeah. and I think there were a few parts of that they knew what they were doing. This was at this Creative Commons space called Milepost 8. And
that sounds familiar.
Yeah. There's a couple of them.
Okay.
And it's a cool idea. And I lived next to one. My house was next to one. And I was like, oh, they have this really cool theater space. And I've had friends use it for sketch shows, and that actually worked well with the right tactics in promoting, I think. But I don't know. But yeah, either way, my mic did not work. I didn't know what I was doing. And
how many episodes did you have?
I think I tried. I think I tried it for like 6 weeks and canceled 2 of them.
6 weeks?
Canceled 2 of them.
Is that what he showed up?
It was like, and there was like, I think there was like a picture of me on the front.
Like on the flyer for the show.
And I was like, "What's up?"
What was your mic called?
It was called
Really?
Oh my gosh! It was a Wu-Tang reference, and I can't remember what it was. It was like the mother yuckin, like the yuckist, or like
bringing the
yuckist or something. Like it was like
this mic ain't nothing to fuck with.
It was so
36 chambers of funny.
Yeah. See, this is why I don't talk about it.
Cash rules everything around. Funny
laughs rule everything around me.
Laughs rule everything around. So much better. Oh, it was close.
It was horrible. It was horrible.
Laughs rule everything around me. I like that so much.
I remember like leaving like a stack of flyers on the train. And being like, this is
gonna work. It's gonna be promoting it. How far
you're
into
just
comedy
like, people
were you
will find
when you
these and be
started
like, dude, this is why I came to Portland. I'm gonna discover this before it's cool.
It's so
Wu-Tang comedy, dude.
I want to say though, it is so hard.
To
promote an open mic.
I mean,
it really just comes down to
you shouldn't.
In my opinion, if you're promoting you don't really promote it. I mean, you have your poster and you do your branding, and you just my way of going about it is creating FOMO. That's been my sort of like guiding principle. So it's like make it seem like, oh man, I wish I was there to comics. So comics show up, because if comics show up, then you have a show, and
like an open mic, you're trying to just get comics to come.
Yeah,
to it,
it's
basically.
like just have it be a cool space, have it look dope.
Yeah,
and that's I just make it look amazing.
It does. You do. You produce great work.
Thank
Look
you.
at this.
Thank
this
you.
Palace.
I mean,
this is the Scalzone throne.
Dude, we got these chairs from the Restore.
We did.
Nice.
There was like 100 of them, and we bought 3
like
of
a
them.
dentist had upgraded his fucking waiting room, and so we got these babies right here.
These are great. You could wait for a root canal for hours in one of these.
I mean, they're actually comfortable.
They are
That's
pretty
the weird
comfortable,
part.
but the best thing is this real tasteful pattern on
them.
It's a great magazine.
One of them fell apart a little bit.
It's
it's made of like the thinnest balsa wood, honestly. So don't it's not.
Don't do parkour on it, but like
don't do anything too crazy.
I think we're fine.
Oh, these are great though.
All right, so we got I've been dying to talk about this, and then I'm stoked that you're here to witness it. We had a comment. Paul, correct me if I'm totally wrong on it. We had a comment on one of our videos or one of our things, and the comment just said, "Who are these nobodies?" On one of our YouTube videos.
Yeah.
Wasn't it a YouTube account with no picture?
They had no picture.
I like this guy in his glass house.
So I really want to talk about dissecting this, because I've been thinking about it a lot. It's like, when do you go from being a nobody to a somebody? It's like this dude went into it's like, does he go to parties and not want to meet any new people? Because like, I don't know you. You're nobody.
Yeah, that's a good question. Who are these nobodies?
Who are these? He knows who we are.
He does now.
Now he knows who we are.
Yeah,
well, I think he got served. He probably got served our video on some scrolling algorithm, and for whatever reason, he did not like what he saw. And he was like, fuck these people. I don't know what we did to this guy.
So,
because I think that's a big
What
threshold.
were we talking about?
I don't even know.
I think it was one of the mushroom hunting clips.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. We were. That is what it was. We were talking about
morels.
Yeah, like foraging, and I called it mushroom hunting. Paul thought that was funny and was like, "So do you go around shooting the mushrooms?" And then we were joking around about that. It was really, I mean, unless you were literally a mushroom whose friend had been shot by a maniac, then you're unlikely to be offended. You know, and I think most of our listeners are people.
Yeah.
And so the level to which that could offend was pretty low.
Right.
But this guy was triggered.
So he was triggered by our stuff. And so this leads into my next question, which is, when did you become somebody?
What's that?
When did you become somebody?
Why?
Like, do you feel like you are somebody?
Well,
it's so flawed.
No, absolutely not.
You're not somebody.
I feel like some of these questions, Bjorn, we have to like work on getting paneled with some insurance companies before we're eligible to ask the clients these kind of questions. Well, it's like I think
I feel like everybody is somebody, right?
Sure.
This feels like
somebody.
like therapy.
Right.
Everybody is somebody to somebody.
Okay.
So as soon as you're born, you're somebody, right? I don't know. I've been thinking about it way too much.
Bjorn took mushrooms like a month ago. Can you tell?
Yeah, a month ago.
Yeah,
and they're just kicking in.
It's all right. Yeah, it takes a year.
It's a slow burn.
It takes about a year.
You see, that's why I'm nervous.
I think. I mean, are we talking about like a somebody in terms of like, oh, I'm clicking on media and I expect to know these faces in the media, like.
Is that so? What would your definition of somebody be then?
I'm gonna take it like that.
Yeah.
Okay. Somebody is just SAG and or network credits.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So you're still working on it.
I'm trying to empathize with this probably drunk person on YouTube that's like just blasting. That's the only
Who are
thing
these
I can
nobody?
Yeah.
Talking shit. He's
Right.
He's just sad about his life, and he's just like, let's find some other people who are putting out a podcast,
putting out hundreds of episodes of content, hundreds of hours of content.
Yeah. So maybe you just make up some good network
credits. Yeah. What's your biggest credit? I can't believe I just asked that question.
Justin Bieber follows my crush on Twitter.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah. It's pretty. Yeah. It's
that would be.
Cool.
Do you go? Is that like what you have people say before your sets? Because if I would have known that, I would have said that when you were at Bangers, because that would be a great way to introduce you. And if you don't, you can steal that. That's fine.
No, I think like
this next performer, Justin. Just so you guys know, Justin Bieber, blue check himself.
Yeah, blue check Bieber,
real deal.
Yeah,
follows your crush.
Yeah, my secret crush.
So it's the person that
So you and Justin Bieber both have the same taste.
Yeah. Oh.
Like
that's a new credit. That's a new credit. You could say I have the same taste as Justin Bieber.
Like having like such a difficult time with that for some reason.
I don't think you should. I mean, the guy had what, $400 million when he was 20?
That's true.
Yeah. So I mean, he's probably
YouTube sensation.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. He's the whole world is available to that young man, and he chose the same person you chose. That means yours.
You got good taste,
You got very good taste.
Thank you.
You got elite taste.
Thank you. Yeah.
I love that so much. All right, this is the last question, then we're going to get to the shoes.
Okay.
What do you fear more, success or failure?
What do I fear more? I like to think it's failure, but as I get older, like, well, maybe it was success the whole time.
Success the whole time.
Yeah. But yeah.
Okay.
That's a real question you asked.
It's a real question. Yeah.
It is now.
It is now.
This is a new thing today.
We're trying to ask more questions.
Do you say carpe diem at the end of your podcast?
Carpe diem.
Yeah, he actually is gonna have us all stand up on these little tables.
I don't know. That one really I was thinking about it this morning, and I think that like I personally fear success, and that was like a fascinating thing that I noticed, and I think that seeps into my my areas of like I don't like to self promote. It's really hard for me, and I realize that I think it's rooted in fear of success.
My agent called me and he had a very real conversation with me because I hadn't booked an ad. I hadn't booked anything. Well, I booked like a couple ads at like the very beginning of the pandemic. And then there are a few like auditions I took and I missed, but I just wasn't really going out for anything either, or trying to submit for anything. And then he called me. He's like, James, like you're super marketable. Like this is bullshit. Like let's go. Like, and I and I did this shoot and it went super well, and I had so much fun doing that again. And it is that it's like you are like marketable and capable in these things, and where it is easy to be afraid of maybe accepting that or encouraging it within yourself. But it's all gross, so don't worry about it.
No, I like this a lot, because like for me personally, I think it's rooted in like, because I don't want to stand out. Like I want to be like second or third. You know what I mean?
I want to hang out.
I don't want to be first.
I want to hang out.
I want to be in the room. I want to be in the room, but not the best. I don't want to be the goat. I want to be the goat's friend. You know?
Friend of the goat.
I want to be friend of
the goat. Yeah.
I feel like I
want to be the goat's
some of the
opener.
Same issues like of not liking to self-promote.
Yeah.
But I also feel like I definitely fear failure more, and I think it's like when I also am just I hate change. So so I guess that could be a fear of both a little bit, because like success means something has to change, but then like if you get the success, then it's like how long is it gonna last? And for me it is like if I get there, I want to be. I'm a little bit perfectionistic.
Yeah.
In that, like, I don't like being bad at shit. It really bugs me.
I don't want to be the worst. I just want to be not the worst in the room. Is what I've learned. It's like I want to be in the room. That's what I'm trying to say. I don't want to be voted off. I want to, like, if I was on The Bachelorette or Bachelor, I want to make it to like. I don't want to make it all the way to hometowns. I want to get cut like in Paris.
You want to be like the last person cut before they get to
hometowns. I don't want to take them to hometowns.
Of like, you want to be like like second string, but like best of the second string.
Yeah. First, like if like varsity's playing. Wait, like I don't know how.
Like you want to be the best guy on the JV team.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's a sweet spot. Yeah.
That's the spot.
Yeah.
Being eighth in line to the Queen of England.
Yes.
Something like that.
Yes, exactly.
Just full of potential.
Like, just like, like he deserves to be here.
Yeah.
That's what I want to be.
Sure.
That's where I like to live. And I'm trying to work on being like, no, I can maybe be the goat. And I can't even say it like...
It's annoying when people claim to be the GOAT. You got to let other people say that about you.
Yeah, that's kind of that. But what if you just Kanye it, you know?
Well, then you're Kanye.
Go. I mean, if you have legitimate mental illnesses that continue to get worse, like you can just start saying wild shit.
Say whatever you want at
if
that
you
point.
have well-documented mental illnesses. You can sort of say wild shit and somewhat get away with it, but
I was thinking I kind of wish I had just like a little bit of whatever he's having. You know what I mean? Like I just need a little bit of that so that I could just be like, I'm the greatest. I can do whatever I want. And
I think you just need to think that. Just don't say it out loud.
Oh, just don't tell everyone.
Just act like that.
Don't put it on a podcast.
Yeah, but just don't have the thing he has where he says dumb stuff and makes people mad. Just like do whatever you want.
Just so
like within
the goat comes from within, right?
Yeah, the goat is within you, Bjorn.
The greatest of all time for anyone who doesn't know what we're talking about. So I feel like there might be one person in our huge listener base.
Yeah.
So you're gonna get like a big bump from this, by the way.
Massive,
I mean, just
dude.
like
my phone.
You'll be somebody for sure.
My phone is on silent and airplane mode right now.
you.
It won't stop going. They got through.
Yeah,
they
as
know.
soon
They know that at the moment these cameras start to roll, the paparazzi, they're trying to hack in. It's actually why we cut the internet.
yeah,
It was getting overloaded with all the hackers.
becoming a bit much.
Yeah.
These hackers won't stop.
They won't stop.
They won't get out of my modem.
They couldn't hack this computer. It's like it would be like I can't get in. The connection's too weak. Like, what do they got? A cell phone in a basement? Yes, that's what we're doing.
So do we want to talk about
We do.
the shoes? All right.
Let's get into the shoes.
Let's get
Oh,
into
boy.
these. What are these, James?
This is a pair of Vans footwear. Did you each want to hold one? Or?
I would love that.
I'd
I'd love to hold one.
I gave Bjorn the right and Nick the left.
Thank you.
This is the Supreme collab with Vans for the Grosso line.
Okay.
The Grosso line.
Yeah.
This is like Jeff Grosso, the skateboarder
Yeah. And
who died. R.I.P.
Right. And this wasn't a shoe. Do you want me to just keep talking about it?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. This isn't a shoe I was pursuing by any means. If I buy a pair of Vans, I usually buy a skate high, or there are a few like slides I'll pick up for over the course of like a year or two. I'll pick up a couple of pair of Vans, but these I just bought because I just bought them out of a guy's trunk.
Nice.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Okay.
I've worn them once. But I like them. They have I like the leather work on the insole is different. They did a different the tongue is different. I like the extra badges.
Yeah, I like the materials seem really nice.
Mhm.
They're I like the pattern. Is that like a unique to the shoe pattern?
It is, yeah.
On there? Okay.
The S's.
Mm-hmm.
If you notice the S and
it says Supreme under the Vans off the wall tag on the back.
exactly,
Okay.
and an extra Supreme badge on the back too. And they do feel a lot different than any other Grosso I've had or skate mid or high.
And they do say Grosso forever, so it's probably in memoriam. Is that the right term? I don't know.
Yeah.
For him,
Mm-hmm.
he has a really cool web series
Oh,
called
okay.
Love Letters to Skateboarding.
Oh, that's awesome.
It's just like on YouTube. You should definitely check it out.
Okay.
It's got some good.
Wait, James, are you a skateboarder?
I'm not a great skateboarder, but I love to skateboard casually. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, absolutely.
I met Grosso one time
Where at?
at a skate park. He was kind of an asshole though.
Oh.
He's one of these people that like he like party. He's like an old school dude that like partied and sort of had that like rock style lifestyle,
Mm-hmm.
and then sort of had like a resurgence in like 2010 plus time,
Mm-hmm.
where like vert skating kind of started to come back, and he got clean and he wasn't as mean or whatever, but he was like touring. I don't know. He just kind of skated like an asshole, but that's, that was that era of skateboarders.
Yeah.
So when you bought these out of the trunk of somebody's car, which I love that.
Thanks.
Mhm.
I've never done that before,
Yeah.
and that feels like
Fun
an experience that I'm missing.
Yeah.
Now
yeah.
that you told us about it.
You got to get some trunk shoes.
It's Jeff Grosso, not it's
Grosso.
Grosso.
It's Grosso.
Grosso. Yeah,
Okay.
this dude here. That's
I'm
him.
going to get reamed
The
on
big
the
dude.
pod.
He invented the Texas plant, I believe.
What is the Texas plant?
It's probably one of these tricks. It's
a skateboard trick.
Skateboard trick.
Oh,
We'll just
okay.
say. It's funny. Danny, who we had on our last episode, totally did. Yep, there's a Texas plant. It's just like this. He just famously did them really good.
Where you
Maybe.
like
It's
go
this
upside
one.
down on the thing.
Yeah, you just like hold the tail and you like put
It's a
your leg
wild-
up
yeah.
like this.
Oh, okay.
And then you
wild
just go
plant.
right back in. And it just is like this full commitment. You don't know if you're going to fall until like you're riding away from it.
Oh,
It's
okay.
terrifying. Like it's I've done them on like small stuff. I've never done them above the head because I don't have that kind of flexibility.
Yeah. That makes sense with like a rock star type of guy who's just like, I don't even give a fuck, man.
But the wall that Danny, our previous guest, did it on was in down in Lincoln City, and it is like this super gnarly, like so gnarly that he did it. And he fell super hard, and he actually was in one of the like skate videos.
Oh, really?
Like slamming his face, and then he did get the trick, but he was like bleeding, and it's crazy. Wow. Sorry,
that's a little much.
That's crazy.
Kind of a callback to our last.
Yeah, no, like I said, I bought these out of a trunk. I liked the Supreme collab with Vans. I didn't know much about the skater behind him, but that's a crazy story. That's awesome.
Quick question. Yeah. Was this a random trunk, and was this what you were trying to buy out of the trunk at first, or like how, or was
were you
like,
trying to get like some guns or something?
Like what was the?
Like was this an arms deal, but he happened to have some Supreme Vans on the side? You were just like, well, he doesn't have.
Like we can't glaze over this bottom out of the trunk. Like I needed to know details.
I was trying to buy some grenades, but he was fresh out, so I got some Vans.
If you need us to cut your answer later, we can always do that too.
Yeah, so
I was buying guns, and he sweetened the deal with a pair of Supreme Vans.
I'm
sorry.
I'm thinking about how maybe not far away. I don't know that the possibilities. I work with this guy who will like hustle. He has like a StockX account. Like he's all about it. Like he's like has like an extra room for all his gear and stuff like that. And his wife is on him about like getting rid of all his stuff.
Oh, okay.
So he's like constantly like trying to hustle gear at work.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it's just the funniest thing because like it's fun to barter with him because he's also not supposed to be doing it, so it's like he knows that he can get in trouble for doing it if you tell on him. And I didn't want to like. I was like, yeah, I'll check out your Vans. Like he rarely has my size and anything.
Yeah.
And but yeah, I bought some Vans and some shorts from him. And yeah. So that's what's going on there. It's surreal. He has some nice stuff. He has some really nice bags.
Bags? What kind of bags?
Supreme bags.
Oh, okay.
The Supreme North Face collab is pretty cool. He has, those are pretty nice. Some really nice totes.
He got some Birkins.
Birkenstocks?
No,
Birkin bags.
like a
Birkin bags. No, I was like, it's like Birkenstocks really popular right now.
I think the only Supreme
Birkin,
thing that I kind of have my like low key have my eye on, and now it's gonna be high key, I guess.
Yeah.
Is I kind of want the Supreme Shure SM58 mic.
Oh yeah, the bright red one.
It's like the mic
says Supreme.
So the SM58 is like the industry standard.
Yeah,
for mics.
Like stand-up mic.
Oh,
like stand-up microphone.
Oh yeah, the Shure.
Yeah. The Shure SM.
They did a Supreme one.
Really?
I believe it's the SM58.
Yeah, it is.
That's great.
And there it is. No. I kind of want. I like low-key want this to just, especially Nick and I joked a lot about getting it. How much is it right now?
It's up to $400. We should have bought it when it was a big bargain. We could get it for $300.
It was like $300, and that was like whenever you went to shows or mics, you had to bring your own mic.
Yeah.
We were joking. We're like, we got to get the Supreme mic.
That would be fantastic.
Just to be a dickhead.
Oh my god.
Oh, and it comes with a cord too.
Well, yeah, you got to have a red cord for your red microphone.
Let's see what the highest bid on it.
Yeah, let's see. Let's just like
we might buy this right now.
Yeah. If my thing is, but what's the lowest bid? Lowest ask is
Wow,
we're doing it.
Highest bidder. No, mine's really signed in. Watch, I just I get the notification from PayPal.
I do
does
like
have like
dumb
all this
Supreme
stuff.
products.
Yeah, like I see the Wheaties. Like I had like the Skittles, Ziplocs.
Has he got the brick?
No.
Now,
Damn,
the Skittles. I do have a question. Are they green apple or are they lime? Is the green
Lime?
They're lime. Okay,
Yeah.
cool. That's legit.
Yeah.
Because, do you remember for 10 years they switched out the green to be green apple?
No.
Nobody realizes this.
Okay.
Nobody
I didn't know
even
that
noticed.
happened.
Oh, I hated it. I hated it so much. I was so upset about it.
I think your enthusiasm for Skittles might eclipse
Nobody knows what I'm talking
most
about.
people's enthusiasm.
But they brought
for
it back
Skittles.
because people were so pissed because lime was. It made more sense.
Quick question
Yeah.
for everybody.
Yeah.
Not going off topic.
Yeah.
What is your favorite candy that you go to right now?
My candy right now,
Yeah.
What's your go-to
Oh,
candy?
I got mine.
it's a Reese's.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Cups
Classic
or
cup or like
Yeah.
some fucking
Just-
weird shit.
No, just standard.
like new
yeah.
shit.
And how do you eat your Reese's?
I eat them. I eat both cups in 2 bites.
Okay.
Yeah.
2 cups, 1 bite. I like.
Two
no,
cups, one
I
bite.
mean, like no, like 2
Two cups, 4 bites.
like 4 bites total. Like,
I'm
Two cups, 4 bites.
wait,
That'd be a great video.
Half a cup per bite. Is that what you're saying?
yeah, you know my ratio,
There we
2
go.
to
Yeah.
2 to 1.
You're not doing
Yeah.
2 bites.
All right.
2 cups, 2 bites.
Yeah, that's my go-to. Like right now, that's the one always.
Nice.
Yeah,
So yeah, it is 2 bites, 1 cup.
yeah.
That's what you guys were searching for.
Yeah.
We got there.
It's the fact.
This
yeah.
was teamwork.
I still want to see a Birkin bag.
Oh, pulling
Yeah.
it up now.
Oh, yeah.
But while I'm doing
Well,
that,
I'll
It's not like
share what mine
Dooney-
is.
Yeah, what's
it's not
your
like
go-to
Dooney and
I
Burke.
have been all
What are they?
about Mambas lately.
Mambas go hard. Yeah, you can have
Dude,
a Mamba phase.
Right? And
Yeah.
I don't buy it in the stick.
Mamba
I don't buy it
face.
in the stick. I'm buying it by the
Mm.
bag. Like I don't get the anyway. Yeah, Birkin bags.
Yeah, I
are
don't
just-
know these. Yeah,
There's a McDonald. No, that's
That's-
a Travis Scott.
So-
McDonald's clutch.
this one's going for 525,000.
That's
512,000.
that one.
525,000
Dollars wasted.
Yeah, that one's a little out of my price range. I will say that. That's
Well then,
Nick, you been
here's
looking for something for your girl?
yeah, but I think 525 grand
well,
is about 525 grand more than I.
What's this
Can
shopping?
afford.
you can step down to the white crocodile for 180,000.
Well, that's starting to sound like a deal, Paul.
It's like that's like down
Orange is
payment
only
on a
the
house.
orange is only $12,000.
Yeah.
Oh, look at this Monopoly.
Oh, the Monopoly man.
Wow.
What's
pretty
the
sick.
one
Oh,
with the
that's
holes in it?
baller
Yeah,
as
the
fuck.
holes is interesting.
Was that the
It's
off-white?
a collab with I hope I say this right, Ray Kawakubo and Louis Vuitton.
He's cut some holes in it.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
I think it cost less, but
I feel like
Yeah.
that makes
Yeah.
it less effective as
It's
a bag.
Well, I think there's clear windows.
so do you guys know the story behind the Birkin and why it's called a Birkin?
No.
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 So the designer was sitting on a plane, and there was this lady in the 70s. She was a supermodel. Her name was Jane Birkin, and he designed the bag for her.
Awesome.
So now it's just her name has been attached to it. I think it's called something else. But I think recently in the news, she wanted her name disassociated with it
Interesting.
because it's become something crazy. But yeah,
Mhm.
that's, Jane Birkin was a model back in the. In fact, I'll pull her up. So anyway, while I'm pulling this up, Nick,
Fascinating though.
Go-to candy bar?
What's your go-to
Go-to
candy?
Um,
Just candy.
I got 2. So if it's a fruit-flavored thing, it would be Skittles.
Okay.
Mhm.
A Reg?
Red,
a red
yeah,
bag?
just a straight
Red
up.
bag.
Straight up.
Wow. Okay.
But I never really notice the flavors because I don't really do the handfuls. I'll do a bunch at a time, but I separate them out by color and I'll like narrow them down and like do.
I'm
I
laughing
eat
at this
them,
like I don't do
I
that
eat them by
also.
color. You
Okay.
can't be mixing. Yeah, and I make sure that I have like the same number of each color toward the end. So like if it's really purple heavy, then I'm just gonna take a bunch of grape to the face until I've got the right ratios. You know,
Yeah.
it just makes sense.
Totally.
You can't be fucking around and having the wrong numbers of Skittles.
Mhm.
If it's not that Butterfinger, I love a Butterfinger.
Yeah,
bar.
that's up there for sure.
Also, Butterfinger is the best, in my opinion, in like a Blizzard, like a DQ.
That is good. Oh,
Well, it's
yeah.
okay.
I
So
love
yeah,
DQ.
go to DQ after we hear Paul's favorite candy.
Yeah.
Oh, right now,
Yeah.
it's not a candy, but it's this not really an ice cream bar, but it's a mango. What's that spice? That tahine ice cream bar. It's so good, especially on hot days like this. So that, but I guess to really answer the question, peanut M&Ms all the way.
Okay.
Yeah, just a classic.
Yep.
One of what mine used to be, they discontinued it, and I should have known because it was always on sale. I really liked it. They had Butterfinger peanut butter cups. Did you ever have those?
Ooh, yes, I did. Those were so good.
They're so good.
They were way better than Reese's.
I would buy those like with my groceries. I'd buy like 10 of them at a time because I'm an adult with money, and I can I realized one day I was like, oh, I can just buy a whole box of these if I want.
Yep.
And I would, but then, and they were always on sale or like in the sale zone, and I kind of had a feeling that they were going to get rid of them, but they were so good.
Mm-hmm.
They were kind of squared off.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
they were
like the Reese's. No, maybe they did have the paper on them, but they were squared off.
No, they did. Yeah, they were basically like a Reese's,
but with Butterfinger.
But
in there.
Butterfinger, and they tasted like a Butterfinger, and they were damn good.
But they were like a little smoother.
It was like if you took the inside of a Butterfinger and turned it into the texture of a Reese's.
Yeah.
But with the flavor of a Butterfinger. It was good.
Vaguely remember those. I don't know why they went away.
I don't know either because they were.
I mean, it's
they
because these right here.
There they are.
Yeah,
Peanut butter
Butterfinger cups. Look at those.
So whenever I do see those, I fucking buy the shit out of them.
Yep.
But you can't anymore.
Oh, they make peanut butter.
I didn't know that at all.
You can buy a jar of Reese's peanut butter?
Totally.
Hell yeah.
They have small ones too.
Oh,
Wow.
It's 4.5 pounds.
That's a lot.
That's so much.
that should do.
Or not enough for some people.
That shit has way more sugar than regular peanut butter. If you're eating PB&Js with Reese's peanut butter, you're a savage.
I feel like what's that one on the end?
Liquid
Butterfinger? Ooh, it's a cocktail.
I think it's a recipe
for a cocktail.
Some of these seem like things that
like
should
a
not
shot
be available
that
to
tastes
the
like
public.
a Butterfinger. Ooh, I want to know what that is. We're gonna have that on the pod. But
yeah, we're gonna have
these
to
right
find
here,
that recipe.
These things are fire.
Do you think Snickers deserves a cup?
Ooh, that would be good. A Snickers
I don't
cup.
know. I always felt like Snickers was a little overrated as a candy
Sure.
bar.
I like
Just
it.
wasn't.
It's really that iceberg's melting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like they've had too much hype for too long.
And it's very phallic too. Let's be honest. When I'm putting that near my
That
mouth,
veiny.
Best vein in the game.
I mean, it does.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right.
Well-
Snickers is a pretty nice piece compared to a lot of candy bars. You know, Twix.
What do they mean when they say it's satisfying?
Twix has the same texture, but it's so much smaller. You know,
But there's two.
you
of
get
them.
2 of them, but they're not as big, and I don't know. You know, that's a question for each person,
and
really.
twins. they're like if Butterfinger or if they had twins. They're just twin.
I do like a
funny.
Twix over a Snickers, though. Flavor wise, I enjoy the flavor of a Twix.
I
over
think there's
Snickers.
a large army behind you there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Twix over Snicks.
Twix over Snicks.
Yeah.
Yep. It's a big. Yeah. Team Twix or Team Snicks?
We've got a Super Bowl commercial
I
in the
know.
works
Yeah.
right now.
We're pretty much our podcast has turned into the.
All right,
writers'
I really
room.
do
And I
want to
think that's
know.
the kind of the other war. That's the other war that's going on.
I do want to know though, if you're getting a Blizzard at DQ, what are you going with?
Oh, that's a good question because right now in my neighborhood, the only fast food around is a lone Dairy Queen.
Ooh.
Okay.
And it gets so busy because
Is-
it's like the only fast food.
What direction are you from?
Southwest.
Southwest. Okay, I've never
Yeah.
been to that one then.
Yeah, it's a. Yeah.
All the DQs
It's
in this city are in the sketchiest
Yeah.
places.
That's just hidden.
I feel like it's like
Or,
the
like,
same
out in the
heat map.
suburbs.
They
Yeah.
like looked at like shootings heat map and they're like, we're gonna put it right there.
Yeah, just-
Better put 2 in this one because in Gresham there's a zone where there's like 2 within like
Yeah.
a couple blocks of each other because I've gone to them both.
Keeping the neighborhood
Where the
safe.
line was a little too long at one of them, so I went to the other one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, this Dairy Queen's hidden behind a bunch of woods and Jewish community centers, and it's nice.
Is it a
It's
full
huge.
DQ? Is it just ice
The
cream?
staff must make so much money there because there's always like the same like Subaru WRXs parked outside running this Dairy Queen. like they're just like racing cars at night and making blizzards during the day.
Flipping blizzards in the day.
It's fucking dream summer at Dairy Queen.
Flipping blizzards by day.
But yeah, so they're
Do you
running.
think they're actually pushing drugs out of there? Like, if you go through and
No.
just be like, nothing but vanilla, you just get a big
Yeah.
fucking bag of Coke?
Nothing but
And that's where the Subarus are coming from.
They just dip them in
No,
Coke.
I'd like a vanilla dip.
Like a vanilla dip.
Yeah.
They dip your dip cone. They dip your cone in cocaine.
I like the idea of a vanilla dip. No, they are not moving drugs. This neighborhood is not oh man, I wish they were doing something cool. Really do. But it's a busy Dairy Queen. Well, maybe that is the cocaine. But no, I know that this summer they have some new promotional flavors, and
I'm seeing them right now.
Yeah. There we go. There's
They
the
got thin mint.
there's the cotton
Take
candy.
5.
There's the cotton candy right there.
So it's cotton candy for you?
I liked the cotton candy very much.
Drumstick
You know?
with peanuts.
But I bet the drumstick is good, but I do the Reese's a lot.
Caramel fudge cheesecake.
And then I don't do Oreo, but I would like to do the Girl Scout Thin Mint. I bet that's good too. I mean, those all look amazing.
Where they
but
put
I don't like the Oreo.
the like green dye in it.
Oh, but they changed the Oreo this summer to the dirt pie. I don't think they always do that.
Oh, so it's like
I feel
Oreo.
like I've had an Oreo Blizzard. It's
worms.
pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
Oreo Blizzard's pretty standard. I feel like I would go with Butterfinger. That's my go-to.
And then here we go
Butterfinger's
with
so
the
good in a Blizzard, though.
yeah, Blizzard treat. Why does it gotta say treat afterwards?
Probably because it's not real ice cream, so they can't call it a Blizzard ice cream. They got to be like, it's a frozen dessert treat.
It's a dessert treat. It's whipped sugar.
Or they just call it a treat so that people don't like start to consider it food.
Don't they
Maybe there's a legal thing.
Don't they have a Butterfinger McFlurry?
They
Yeah.
might.
I think that's my problem with the Butterfinger Blizzard is I can get that in a McFlurry, and at the Blizzard
Yeah,
I have
but I
all these
feel like-
crazy options.
But it's always broken. There's like that whole thing.
it's
with
always
all of
Well, and I feel like McFlurries are just
no,
not.
but
You're
they're
totally
like,
right.
McFlurries,
That's why I'm laughing.
McFlurries is M&M's is where it's at on McFlurries. I don't know why,
Sure.
but it just hits.
So
That's a solid
do
one.
you know why that is? It's a real thing.
Fucking why?
And do you know why?
Because my cousin comes
Yeah.
home in a rage sometimes. Like,
Here's-
you would not believe how far I drove
It's-
for a McFlurry.
It's fucking capitalism is what it is. So
Oh.
they had a so when they released the McFlurry and the ice cream machines for McDonald's, they had a contract with the company that only the company's people could like repair the machines or maintain them. But then the company sucked at maintaining them, but they weren't allowed to fix it in-house in
Wow.
any capacity
Yeah.
because of like a patent or
Yeah.
like a thing
Sure.
where they couldn't. So literally they would just be broken for months and the company just couldn't keep up with how much they were breaking.
Yeah.
But they had this like weird contract and they finally got out of that. I like read that on fucking Twitter at one point. I was like, "Oh shit, this is crazy."
That is crazy.
So this one company
That blows my mind.
This one company was the only company allowed to work on McFlurry machines.
Yes.
And they were just like
based
yeah,
on a
we're good.
McDonald's contract, like a
Oh,
legally binding contract.
Yeah, like McDonald's got this. They were like, dude, we got a hell of a deal on McFlurry
on these
maintenance.
machines.
And then these guys were just deadbeats, never fucking
They
did
had like a
anything.
weird monopoly clause. I don't know what it's called, but like
non-compete or something.
McDonald's did sue that company and won, so
Yes.
we are going to see McFlurries.
so
Wow.
it's
McFlurries
happening
will
less.
have a
Huge.
resurgence.
I was right.
You
Paul.
heard it
like,
here, guys.
right? Or was I close?
Oh,
to
that's
what-
exactly what it
Okay,
was. Yeah.
because it was some. I remember maybe the two of us were like reading about it or something. I feel like.
That's crazy.
Yeah. So like it is a real
Learn something
thing.
new.
Yeah.
Because people were like graphing out like where all the McDonald's that had broken and for how long, and it was
Yeah.
just like this weird thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was just because of some weird contract that they had with this company.
Because McFlurry machines were fine in the beginning.
Yeah, and then they probably just got to a certain age
Yeah.
where they needed to be worked on, and they all hit that point like at the same time.
It's like the new Batman.
yeah.
All the McFlurry machines going off across America.
They all broke at the same time.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I have a question. I thought of a couple of questions. Two. Mine were not very deep,
Okay,
but I'll just ask one. And the one I thought of was, what was your first car? Because we're always talking about cars on
Ooh,
this
I
show.
like
Nice. Yeah.
First cars.
That's
fun.
That's a really fun question. My first car was a Mazda B3000 V6. It looks like a...
That, I was not expecting that.
Why?
Isn't that a Ford Ranger but with a Mazda logo?
All the parts say Ford on the inside of it.
Nice.
And it was...
They all say Ford on the inside?
On the inside, all the parts say Ford. Yep.
Well, it is a Ford Ranger.
It's a badge switch.
Yeah. It's...
Badge engineering is what that's called.
Is it? Okay.
Yeah.
And it smelled like... it just... My uncle just chain smoked. Just chain smoked in this truck. And
yeah. Heck yeah.
Was it the extended cab or did you get the
cab?
single cab?
I had the single cab 6-speed.
Was it just like window then bed?
But it was a 4-wheel drive, so it was a little. It was like this one.
With the stick shift.
This one?
Kind of like exactly like that one, but no graphic. Same color as that, same everything, but no graphic on the side.
No solo cups on the side.
Yeah.
Wisp.
Those are sweet though. I do like those.
That is a good move.
I would I would load up dudes in that front seat of that. Just stick shifting.
Like stick shift?
Yeah, and it was crazy. Those were,
You can get a used 1994 one for anywhere between $2,000 and $4,000.
That's
Ooh.
that's more than what I sold it for. To be honest,
used cars are just going for more right now.
Yeah,
we all should have held on to all of our used
that's
cars.
That's insane.
And sold them like a month ago.
Yeah. That was great. Great.
So
truck.
you got this, you inherited this from your uncle?
I bought it from him.
Oh, nice.
So
okay. How old were you?
Gosh, I was turning 16, so getting just started driving right when I turned 16. And
what did you do to get, what job were you doing at 16 to get the money for your Mazda?
Yeah, I remember right now
B3000
learning how to stick shift because I had to drive to work for my shifts.
Hell yeah.
And I was working at a Safeway.
Hell yeah.
And they never gave me a uniform, so my only other option was to wear a white collar shirt and a tie. And black slacks. So I was sweating in the cabin of this smoked out truck, fucking shifting and sweating on my way to work. And the manager's
your
50.
way to work where for the 12 hours that you worked a week, you had to pay union dues because it was Safeway.
Exactly.
That was this grocery store in the town I grew up in. A bunch of my friends worked there, and they were like, "Fucking the union." I was like, "What do I get from the union?" I work 8 hours a week pushing carts around a parking lot.
Yeah.
I want people to run me over. Shit.
What were you doing at Safeway?
I was getting in fights with the produce lady because she was a fucking bitch. She was like,
what's her name? Let's drop it.
Yeah.
It was Veronica.
Veronica.
And she had these
sounds like a bitch name.
Huge blonde buns on the side of her head.
She's like blonde Princess Leia.
Yeah, like blonde Leia.
Yeah. And she was pretty old and
Norwegian. Now I'm picturing Norwegian for some reason.
Yeah, I think so. I think she would tell you that. She's like, "Oh yeah, I do my hair like this because I'm this." I'm like, "Well, you sound like a trailer park hero."
Whatever you do in your trailer park, is you.
Whatever that sound is, that sounds like it sounds like a trailer door closing. She's a good lady. Worked hard for that union. But no, I would be smoking pot in the back of my truck and pounding chicken strips and no fear energy drinks.
Hell yeah.
No fear.
Yeah. And this was 2006. And Nas.
Yeah.
Nice.
Nas.
It was driving is cool. Having a job is cool. This is great. And
You're
then
I could do this for the rest of my life with this one with the skull.
You
on
just
it.
spent all your money on no fear and fucking weed and chicken strips.
Was it the SoBe collab?
Yeah.
Was it the No Fear SoBe collab?
That was so good.
I remember that.
That was my
dude. They had that
so
on
good.
tap at my at the student union building
On tap.
on campus.
They had no fear.
No Fear SoBe was in the soda machine at my college dorm.
I think they must have gotten rid of that by the time I was there.
I just remember being like, "What the fuck, this is in the. I was like, oh my god, I'd like fill like a Nalgene bottle with it.
I don't know.
Hit the student
like
rec center.
For a really long time, my mom wouldn't let me have SoBe.
Why? I collected the bottles.
She said
for
that
some
there
reason.
were. She said that there were like herbs or something in it that I would potentially be allergic to.
Like
awesome.
echinacea.
I don't know. I think she was genuinely concerned. She was concerned that I would be allergic to it. That was, or at least that's what she told me. Was it expensive?
No.
No, we sold it at our student store in high school.
Yeah. In that case, my mom.
It was
I
like
don't know why.
green tea. I feel like there was a green tea one. I don't know. It was just juice.
Like
My mom took some
milky
really
pink one.
hard to explain stances on things.
What was-
this might just be one of them.
What was the milky one?
it
Can
was
you
like-
look
it was
that
like
up?
No, the
pink
milky
one.
ones were
Milky
weird.
one. What
Yeah.
was the milky
It's like
SoBe?
pre-matcha. Like a milky.
That's so. I know.
Yeah.
I can
Lizard
absolutely.
milk?
Yeah,
Yeah.
lizard milk.
That's
SoBe. I mean, there is.
creamy SoBe.
Oh, there was the. Was it pina colada?
No, it was this one. It was the strawberry banana was pretty milky.
Yeah.
So they switched to plastic bottles, but for a while they had glass bottles, and for some reason I fucking collected. Oh, I had the bunch of these ones with the. Can you scroll down a little further? What was this one with the bike? I definitely had that SoBe. I just like thought the graphic was cool.
no. They had a
no, it
great.
was like a thing.
yeah,
so
the
I
lizard. The
saved
lizard
it.
was cool.
And
Oh, the
under the cap
snowboard
it said
one?
leak the lizard
It
when
did
you
say-
yeah.
So it's like you're blowing a lizard when you drink it.
Leak. Yeah, it is.
Or
yeah.
drinking its piss. Which
Yeah.
one? I don't know.
Well, there's a
Whichever's-
lot of cum options.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Definitely
so
a treasure trove.
I had all
of
those.
cum jokes here.
I had all these ones here. Scroll down just a little. I literally had all of these. The snowboard one.
Yeah.
I would like. I remember buying them at like pissing my mom off, like buying them up at the ski area.
Yeah.
And then being like, "Can we go back to the car because I want to keep this glass." We'd have to fucking ski to
It's,
the
like, so
parking
far.
lot. It's not close. We're wasting like 2 runs of our day. I've been now lost because I wanted to take a glass SoBe bottle with a fucking lizard snowboarding on it back to the car.
But look at that. It's all worth it because of this content we just got out of it.
Oh, my mom was amazing. I can't believe. Like I would be like, no. And I would just break it. No, I wouldn't break it in front of my kid. That would be ridiculous.
You'd get all the way to the car and just be like, psych!
Boom! Break it over the side of the
Just-
car.
Oh
just
my gosh.
smash it over the
Well, they're
rearview mirror.
plastic now. They're not even glass.
Well, what the hell fun is that?
Look, they like had it. Yeah. Oh man. Yeah. See this like SoBe Life Water bullshit they have now. Nah, that's no fun. I want the milky one.
I want the milky one with the lizard and the and the
lizard.
motorcycle.
Yeah, the lizard like snowmobiling.
Yeah.
Like what happened? Oh, it was so cool.
Yeah, it was so X Games.
It was. It was
Yeah.
definitely that extreme era. I had this dragon fruit citrus one. I collected so many of these.
Their green tea one was so good though. That was
I
my
bet.
favorite one.
It was
Yeah.
like a sweet tea, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, they made good.
It tasted about the same as like the Arizona one, except it just was in a cool ass glass bottle that I decided I was going to collect. Oh, I had this one too, the lava, because I remember it didn't taste good, but he was like kayaking on it.
Wow.
Like I was into all of the one. I would get so excited when I would see a SoBe bottle that had like a different. I had the golf one. Oh, I'm realizing now it's probably Arnold Palmer. It's probably what that one was.
Yeah. No,
I
for
don't
sure.
know. I was
the
all
golf-
about it.
The golf one.
I doubt they're worth anything right now. Oh, the tsunami. I had that one. Okay, I'm gonna stop. I had so many.
I'm gonna cut you off right there.
I had like my whole like my childhood window was just completely lined with them. I do remember when we like moved, my mom was like, "Can we get rid of these?"
Yeah.
I think I dropped one while we were like moving, and she's like, "Yeah, we're gonna get rid of these.
Yeah.
These aren't gonna be worth something ever."
It's a hard thing to barter to keep, for sure.
Come on, Mom. I could put like sand in them or something.
Yeah. It's not gonna happen.
Did you collect
Not gonna
anything
win.
as a kid?
I did.
Or currently?
it's-
I don't know.
I still like have a box of baseball cards. I was just gonna give to Ross and see if he wants them. But my basketball cards have some
for some reason I thought the store. I was like, you can just give stuff to Ross.
Yeah, just give it.
Like it's a Goodwill.
No,
you're like, isn't this a Goodwill? I want to go to Ross, dress for less, and try to donate something to them.
Exactly. That's pretty much.
They might take it.
Be like, yeah, I'm here to donate this watch. I'm done with it.
You could sell it for less.
Yeah, maybe you could sell it for less.
Exactly. Yeah, I did sports cards when I was a kid, but they're not. I'd like Ross Pasek is a baseball fan.
Oh, so he would love it.
Go through them. Maybe we'll cash out if anything's.
Watch he finds one in there. It's like 10,000.
I don't think.
How would you feel if that happened? Would you be like, I'm a good ass friend?
Yeah, I would feel good about it. I would feel like let's split it. And I would
like, I'm a good ass friend. Let's split that.
Oh, that's what I would say. Like you go through everything. If you find anything, we'll split it. I was thinking about making that deal. I think that's a pretty good deal.
I feel like if it's or maybe like put a ceiling on it. Be like, we split anything that's like worth over $100 maybe. That's how I would do it.
I think I had a card appraisal look at my baseball stuff, and it's just not worth anything. I think that's kind of where I'm at. And things I'm collecting now that aren't like, it was all sports stuff when I was a kid. Like my drawings, I would like send to Sports Illustrated for Kids to have them. Like,
did you ever get in there?
Never made it in. But I saved those drawings.
Wait, would you send them like a copy of the drawing, not Ridge?
Yeah. Well,
maybe that's why they didn't. They're like, this isn't even original. This is a photocopy of it.
No, that's the thing. I didn't. A lot of those.
They send them back.
No, I would just send them a drawing, and then that's it.
And then you never.
Yeah, and they would choose like, gosh, maybe like 10 kids that like had a drawing in there, and it didn't matter how good it was. That was the thing.
What did it matter? What do you think? What do you think? Like if you were to do it now, like with the information that you have as a full blown ass adult, and you were gonna try to like, what were they looking for? Like a sob story? Be like, my mom has cancer, and then you just put that as like the P.S. Mom has super bad cancer right now.
I don't even think it.
Please print this.
I don't even think it really mattered. Maybe like there might have been like drawing an athlete that they're talking about that month. Maybe something like that. But they would never do a story on the kid. It would always be like a drawing they did of an athlete, and then like age 8 or something like that. Not an interesting thing to collect though. But that's probably about it.
Those might be worth something one of these days. Your drawings of athletes.
Yeah. My essential oils. Now that's a
You're really like on here to sell essential oils.
Actually, I've got a business proposition for you guys.
You guys
you
want to be your own
dreamed
boss?
of being your own boss.
Exactly.
All right, we have one question we ask all of our guests, and we've been asking it for a while. Bjorn, you wanna?
Yeah, I'll do
this?
kind of the abridged version because we're probably going a little bit long. But so we talk about trucks and we talk about rap music, and in the truck community, there's this thing called a Pavement Princess.
Okay.
Do you know what that is?
No.
It's where you have like a cool jacked up truck, but you never take it off roading.
Oh, okay.
It's kind of a derogatory term.
Yeah, I've never heard that. I'm surprised.
Yeah, it's like what you know when you see that you're just like, you idiot, like, or whatever. But then they never take it off road. So that's called the Pavement Princess
for sure.
And I noticed listening to a lot of rap music that a lot of rappers brag about blowing bitches' backs out. And I feel like that's a bit much. And I can't believe how many are bragging about that, or like, why would it just seems like more of a red flag than like an invitation.
It seems like a term that's overused, possibly.
Yeah.
Given the connotation of severe injury resulting from sex, like it doesn't seem like a good way to sell, the experience that you bring to the table.
No.
It's not something I'd put on my Tinder profile.
Yeah.
No, I'd be like, Google review 1 star. My back is blown out.
like a Uber driver.
Yeah.
Like, well, the ride was nice, but 1 star, my back's blown.
I had not yet met my out-of-pocket maximum for the year. And then I met this guy, and now I'm at my maximum. And it's higher than it should be.
Yeah. No, I agree. What is that? So I'm confused about the relation to Pavement Princess.
So, are these sneakers going to be a Pavement Princess?
Oh, okay.
Or are you blowing the back out?
I'm gonna give you. They're Pavement Princesses because
she is a princess.
We got the sound drop for that.
And it's not because I have some incredible like respect for the shoe.
Okay.
Like I like the shoe I have that I respect the most is my New Balance 990, which is a really popular shoe right now, but I've had that shoe for years.
Yeah.
So, this shoe will be a Pavement Princess for simply it is a size 9.5.
Okay.
And I'm a 10.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
And I just don't like wearing it very much.
It's
just a little pinch in your toes.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Yeah, but I like wearing it with maybe a few outfits. So
yeah,
that's fine.
I do really like the design on the side. That's really fun, and some of the little like accents and things.
Yeah,
I almost want to. I mean, I personally am surprised there's not more like most Supreme collabs. I feel like have a lot more red in them, and it was interesting to see that they just didn't really do that with this one.
There's an all red version of this.
Oh,
and
okay.
To me, it looks like a lot.
Yeah, I feel like I like the way this looks. I feel like that in all red would be bright.
Yeah,
be a little much.
I'm just saying I was just surprised that it wasn't all red because like most of their stuff, that's sort of their deal.
I was happy to go get the black and I dropped the name. You'll have to bleep that out. My coworker had the red one.
Oh, okay.
But I was like, I gotta get black. I can't do
okay.
The red. I've never had an all red shoe except maybe for like a sports team or something like that.
Okay.
But yeah.
Cool.
That's the whole
Did
thing.
you have anything that you wanted to plug, or was there anything that you feel like you didn't get to say that you wanted to say?
No. I got to say so many things, and some things I said that I shouldn't have said.
I like that.
Yeah.
I like that.
Oh, Studio One, World's Hottest Goss, The Board Castle, Butter, Funhouse Lounge, at Hartenfeld. That's all the plugs.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sick. Yeah, I was just on The Board Castle. It was really fun. I was a
yeah.
character, and I didn't realize a guest didn't show up, so I had to stay in character for an hour, and I've never done a character that long. I feel like I broke a lot.
Yeah.
But it was a really good time.
I bet it was awesome. I bet it was fantastic.
Really silly fun time. Also, Clancy, your co-host, really pokes a lot of holes and makes it difficult to stay in character.
Yeah.
Because he just like if you mess up and say something that doesn't match with like what you said earlier, you have to remember what the fuck you said 50 minutes earlier. He kept doing that to me, and I was just like, "Fuck you, dude! This is ridiculous."
No, for sure.
I don't remember what I said an hour ago, and he's like, "Didn't you say?"
Yeah, you're getting fact checked on that show. He's
he's truthing me so hard.
Yeah, no, it's a good time though.
But it's a great time on Twitch. Yep. Nick, you want to take us out?
Absolutely. All right. If you guys enjoyed this, and even if you didn't, hit the like button. Subscribe on all the platforms. We got video on YouTube and Spotify, and I think Amazon or something like that. We're on all of them. Hit us on social media. We're at Size 10 Podcast, Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok. Those socials are going through the roof. We're getting mean comments. It's awesome. Comment. Say mean
and
shit.
We'll talk, and we will
talk shit back to you because we're somebody.
This is about the somebody threshold, baby.
Yeah. If you want to become somebody, we'll talk about you. You just got to talk some shit in the comments, and we'll light you up. That's what we got for you. Bjorn's got some comedy shows.
Yeah, every Thursday. Neighbors Tap Room, 8 o'clock. Bangers Comedy, Portland, Oregon. Super fun show. We've got lots of cool comics coming up. Hey, thank you guys so much. Bye.